Hello everyone and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 5 press conference stream with me, Holly Shand. We've got 10 Premier League press conferences coming up in the next hour. Plenty of time to answer all your questions as well. I'm here every week on a Friday at 1 p.m. UK time, so make sure that you like this stream. Let's get it up to 100. I was going to say 1,000. That's a bit ambitious. 100 likes to start with. Subscribe to the channel as well. There's already 100 of you in, so that's a great start. We've already had a few press conferences this morning and yesterday. Yesterday we heard from Brentford, Burnley, Leeds and West Ham. This morning we've heard from Brighton, Everton, Chelsea and Liverpool. Eddie Howe's embargoed kind of post-match presser from last night became available this morning as well. We're going to hear any time from Bournemouth and Wolves, and then at 1:30 we've got Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest. I've got Everton in there twice. That shouldn't be Everton. I've definitely gone wrong somewhere. Spurs. Is that right? No, I feel like I've done this wrong, but I don't know where I've gone wrong. Manchester City's press conference. I know where I've gone wrong. It's Aston Villa that's coming up at 2:30. We're not going to be sticking around for that one. I need to change that actually because that's just going to bug me. But yeah, we've also got embargo quotes from Pep Guardiola from last night as well. So plenty to get our teeth into today. But yeah, we definitely don't want double Everton because we have already heard this morning from David Moyes. Hopefully I'm sounding and looking a bit better than I was last week. Not quite up to full fitness, but certainly getting there. First thing we'll do then is drop to the live chat. So come and say hello if you are in. The tweet deck is up as well. Gazman is in, says good luck this weekend. Tosin v Rodon. Grealish v King. I'd play King, I think. King and Tosin. City is in. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Light rays. Good to see you. TRPM. Scott is in. Lexington, Kentucky. Wildcard active. Love that. TPRM. Saving the wildcard for next game week. I did actually ask in the poll what chips you're planning on using next game week. Is it going to be a wildcard week, a triple captain week, something else, or nothing at all? I'm still a little bit on the fence. 4 different problems had to go this week, fair enough. Activated on Monday for price changes. Keep Brennan Johnson or buy Xavi. I think I'd buy Xavi, if I'm honest. Hey, Hayes Charles is in. Bryn is in. Andy Burton, good to see you. Greg is in. Would you use the bench boost with 2 Burnley defenders and Chris Wood? Potentially. Al Chester is in. Good to see you, Al. Yeah, so as I've said, highlights of the news so far. I'll run through it all properly in a minute. Slot said middle of the week that Isak will not play 90 on Saturday, even though he started in the Champions League. Palmer was holding his groin at the end of Chelsea's Champions League game, but Maresca said he is okay. That was post-match for that one. We know from Newcastle that Visser is out for 6 weeks with a knee injury. But as I mentioned, the tweet deck is live because we are waiting for updates from Wolves and Bournemouth. And the big one from Wolves is going to be the availability of Jørgen Strand Larsen. I did see not long ago, where was it? It was just while I was getting set up. So here we go. Strand Larsen expected to be available for tomorrow's game, according to national press. Here we go. This is from the manager himself. He trained yesterday and I hope tomorrow against Leeds he can help us, not for 90 minutes, but during the game. So there are managers still holding him or maybe even looking to bring him in this week. I think Wolves, I have seen Wolves on, I feel like they're at the top of the hub fixture ticker last time I looked. Let's have a little look. Yeah. For the next 4 for attack, they're top. Leeds at home, Spurs away, Brighton at home, and Sunderland away is the kind of outlook for them. So, you know, could be quite crucial, that one. I feel like there's not a lot of options still in the cheaper price bracket among forwards at the moment, so that could be helpful for us. So yeah, crucial update there. Shall we have a look at everything that we have so far? Here we go. So Strand Larson, he trained yesterday, and I hope tomorrow against Leeds he can help us, not for 90, but during the game. So he is available. Arne Slot was at Midday on Isak. Felt his body more than ever before his hour midweek, so let's see how he's recovered and we'll think about the lineup. The change of routine with the lunchtime kickoff, extra time to recover Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday is not a schedule you see a lot. So yeah, the odds sound like they're against Isak for this week. He was also asked on a slot whether he would play Isak and Ekatike together. And he says, I considered it, but it's also clear we have a 4-3-3 structure. Hugo can play off the left. It's a good thing, but we have multiple options. Curtis Jones is back available for Liverpool, barring any last-minute issues. Liverpool should be full strength for the derby. And this was interesting because we saw more of a Mo Salah-like performance in the Champions League against Atletico. And the slot had this to say on Salah: I prefer to see him like he was in this game, really involved, touched the ball so many times, it was a joy to watch. So maybe we see a little bit of a tweak in the system to kind of support Salah with that. My cold is still holding firm, clearly. Post-match comments from Eddie Howe from yesterday on Share. I've not seen him have any confirmation on the decision not to start Voltemada. It was a difficult one. I think it's the fact that Anthony Gordon is suspended in the league that means that Voltemada will probably come back in for game week 5. David Moyes didn't have a lot to say to help us with Branthwaite and Mikolenko. They're making progress and we'll see. We've got a couple of other knocks within the camp, but we'll see how they are. From Brighton, Hinselwood, out for a long time. He's had a ligament injury. De Kuiper, late fitness test. See how he is. Vifa is likely to return. Kadioglu was singled out for his performance from the bench and could come in to mark kudos. Hang on. I'm sure I had a quote from Chelsea. I've missed it. Oh, is it here? How have I missed that? This was Enzo Maresco and Cole Palmer. Cole is okay. We have a session now. We flew back yesterday. We need to assess some of the players. There are doubts. So a little bit of doubt just in general around Chelsea. They didn't train yesterday, so any issues from the game on Wednesday won't have been reported pre-press conference. You do wonder whether Maresca's playing games with us, and that's why he kind of went early on his press conference without the information. Just an update from the Bournemouth press conference. Iriola says he's expecting Ryan Christie and Befodo Diakite, never heard of him. Is he a new one? To be available for Sunday's game against Newcastle. Both players have returned to training, but not 100% yet. Unal and Adam Smith remain out. Back to the bookmarks. So that I've summarised everything from today's press conference. But obviously, there were press conferences yesterday as well. There were 4 of them. Obviously, the information from that is going to be quite important as well. Burnley, Jacob Larson could return after missing the Liverpool game. He's back in training. At Leeds, Dan James is a doubt. He's struggling. Nonto is a doubt with calf problems. They will be late calls. Carl Darlow will once again start in goal. Perry will get an update soon on when he's ready to return from a thigh injury. From West Ham, Wan-Bissaka is unavailable with stomach problem, light training tomorrow. He won't be available for the Palace game. Callum Wilson has had a 4 weeks training, so it's good for him, as has Fulkrug. I wonder who does start up front for West Ham. Could be Bowen. Souček suspended, of course. Brentford, Azure picked up a knee injury. Is fine and will be in contention. Henderson, Pinnock and Thiago were not involved in the Carabao Cup midweek, but are all available for selection. Utilising the squad, Jordan had a disrupted pre-season, so building up physically. Thiago has been out injured for a period of time, so we want to make sure we look after him. I think that is everything that we've got so far. There was updates from Pep before midweek competitions, as there was from Arteta post midweek. This is what Slot had to say about Isak after his debut in the Champions League. Surprised how fit he was for 60 minutes, but he's not going to be playing 90. And this was interesting from Maresca in midweek about Robert Sanchez, that Jorgensen will start some games in competitions as well. So that's everything that we've got in terms of the bookmark stuff. And I think everything that we was going to get from the 1 o'clock. So 1:30 is going to be busy because we've got Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest, Spurs and Sunderland, plus embargoed quotes from Pep. We won't still be here at 2:30 for Aston Villa. But in the meantime, I can talk about kind of my team, my transfer plans, and answer your questions as well. So do get those in and make sure that you've liked the stream and subscribed to the channel. We've had a super chat in from Andre. Thank you very much, Andre. Andre asks, no Salah, got Verts, Gakpo. Would you sell one for Semenyo before his price rise? No, I would keep Verts and Gakpo this week. And who to captain? Haaland, Palmer, Watkins, Verts, Gakpo, or Semenyo if transferring in. I mean, in terms of captaincy, I like Haaland. I don't think you can back against his form at the moment, even though it is Arsenal away, which is probably one of the trickiest fixtures. I don't think I'd have the confidence to captain Palmer or Watkins, given current form, or Verts, given current form. Gakpo is okay. I don't love it. I like Semenyo, the fact that he's got penalties. But that means transferring him in, and I don't think I'd drop Verts or Gakpo this week for Semenyo. Although it's crazy thinking that Semenyo has been in so much form so far this season, but there are still managers out there that do not own him, which feels pretty crazy as well. So there we go. Thank you for the question, Andre. Hopefully that helps. Keep the questions coming, guys, as well. I'm going to scroll up and make sure I've not missed any member questions. Alan has said, worth going strong on Spurs defenders. They've had it's been 3 clean sheets, hasn't it? Not 4. Maybe 4 after this weekend. Yeah, I own Van der Ven. I'm very happy. Romero still looks great as well. Porro, all options. Ekatike, hold or sell? A hold for this week, I would say, but I think beyond that, probably a sell. Unless we see him push wide and Gakpo drops out. Oh, Scott's gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate that. If you got one of these, give Scott a big thank you. Nick, Carl, FPL North, Archer, and Bad Panda. Yeah, seems to be a bit of a discussion on the availability of Gibbs White. So the Forest presser is coming up at 1:30. I mean, it could just be that he's out of favour potentially. But let's see what the manager's got to say. My computer is making a lot of noise, so I think I'm pushing it with this stream and the amount of tabs I've got open. But hopefully it's all running smoothly. There's 400 reviewing. You were not quite at 100 likes yet, though, so go hit that like button for me, please, guys. FPL North. It has been a while. Rash double transfer. So not much options here now. Have a good bench boost for game week 6. I like it. Is that Gibbs White there now on the tweet deck? I've not got it big enough to see. No, it's not. Sorry. I've got my tabs are so small I can hardly see them. Yeah, Forest presser is at 1:30. Who's captain, Watkins or Haaland? I'd go Haaland. Most people are going Salah captain, aren't they? See, thank you for filling me in. Alex, would you consider the use of the bench boost with Dubravka, Van der Ven, Esteve and Foster? Yeah, I think I would do. Just get it played. Yeah, Voltamada, I think he will start. I think it was just the fact that Gordon was suspended in the league. Apparently Palmer is okay, but Maresca has said that there's a few issues, so you never know. Daniel, should I captain João Pedro, Gakpo or Semenyo? Semenyo of those 3 for me. If we just look at predicted points for all players this game week. Haaland top, 7.6, then Watkins, then Semenyo and Haaland joint 3rd on 6. Personally, I don't think I could go Watkins. I understand why some are going Watkins, but yeah, I'm not going to be brave enough to do that, personally. Abby says, when does FPL get better? Still languishing at the bottom of the table. Yeah, I know your pain. Yeah, it will get better. It's still early. What I would say is, like, it doesn't feel like the season really gets going until after the first international break. So I think we're kind of getting into it now, but obviously it takes a couple of weeks to kind of get used to like the trends and stuff. Murillo news, yeah, 1:30. No massive news yet. Strand Larsen should be back for Wolves in some capacity. Talk of blanks and doubles, news to me. Keep or sell Wood. Got to keep him, but it's Burnley this week, isn't it? And then is it Sunderland the week after? Yeah, you got to give him 2 more games. Yeah, I don't trust Spurs away at Brighton either, but I do think Van der Ven will be a good pick still at his price point. But yeah, I'm going to start him this week. Am I making the right decision? So I've got Sells in goal, Van der Ven, Richards, Konza, Semenyo, Salah, Reinders, Wirtz, Fernandes, Wood and Watkins. So I've got Diouf and Esteve on my bench. Have I got the right ones in, do you think, or not? Stanley scored 85 last week, cooked the experts. Why isn't everyone playing Triple Captain Game Week 6? I mean, I need to get Haaland into my team for Game Week 6. Oh, thank you, Jenny. It was good fun recording it last week. Little Miss FPL joining on lunch break, hoping Rice will play this week. He always plays. Samyam. Bring in Sarr, Elliot for the next 2 weeks. I think I'd go Elliot Anderson of those. If I had to. I don't recall seeing anything in a press conference. Daniel wants to do a -4 to get Chris Wood on my team and bench boost with Dubravka, Esteve, Ronaldo, Wood. I think it's fine to take a hit to set up the bench boost, but it kind of depends on when you're going to also play your other chips. Like if you're wildcarding soon or anything like that. That's what I'd say anyway. Cash to Senesi. I'm still sticking with my Villa options if I'm honest. It's hard not to. Nick, bench boost, Dubravka, Reinders, Porro, Murillo. Yeah, if Murillo's fit, get it done. Why can't we just captain Semenyo? You can do. I think he's a good option. Andy talked about possible blanks doubles. 13 onwards. I'll have to look into that then. Tom accidentally activated the wild card. Excited about designing a potential draft that includes Isaac, Haaland, Salah, Van Dijk and Raya. Thoughts? Yeah, I like all those picks. I think you're well covered there. What injury news are we hoping to get from these press conferences then? Murillo seems like the big one. Feel like there could be some big news. I just feel like it could just get a curveball today. I don't know what, but that's my feeling. So yeah, as I've mentioned, at 1:30 we're going to hear from Arsenal, Crystal Palace, Fulham, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest, Spurs and Sunderland, with embargoed quotes as well from Pep. Did anyone come back to me in the chat with any advice on whether I've got the right defender starting? My fixtures are all messed up, are they? I don't think they are. You got me paranoid now. I can't even get my words out today. I was just going to have a look at what the recommendation was on Hub for who to start and who to bench. So they're saying Juve, Richards, Esteve. And I've got Van de Ven, Richards and Konza. What do we think? I don't feel like I can bench Van de Ven after his 14-pointer last week. I don't want to play Esteve against Chris Ward either. So I think I'll stick with how it is. That's the plan. Let's have a look at what's going on then on this tweet deck, if I can find it. I feel like I've got that many tabs open. I keep losing it. Apparently Unai Emery's coming up shortly, so maybe he is coming at 1:30 and not... all the press conference fixtures are wrong. What, as in the Times? It's been spot on so far. Maybe we do hear from Emery soon. The games? I don't even know. I'm confused. I bet the Emery press conference has... Sorry, not the Emery press conference. The Amorim press conference has happened and it's just embargoed for a little while. Thomas Frank set to talk to the press shortly as well. What was that on Palmer? That was the same thing that we've heard from Maresca earlier. Flew back yesterday, so players haven't trained yet. We haven't had a session. You could feature in a matchday squad. He's in his thinking as an option in the final third. He's back, and the reason he's back is because we intend to use him. Is the line. So 2 minutes until we've got this bank of press conferences. So let's see what happens with that. So I'm having issues with my camera. I'll see if I can get it back sorted in just a second. I feel like it's one of those weeks where anything could happen in these presses. It's hard to call exactly what we can expect. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out. I don't know what's going on with the camera today, though. Maybe it's working now. Simon is in. He says, hello. This weekend he's doing I was going to say the London Marathon. It's not the London Marathon, but a marathon. Is it a night walk around London? 26 miles walking for cancer research. So good luck, Simon. I hope that goes well. I'm doing a 10k race at the weekend on Sunday morning. It's meant to be a chilly one. Down in Cleethorpes. Hoping to get under an hour. It's going to be a challenge. I've done the training. Now I just need to execute. But I've only done, I think I've done 4 10Ks in my life in under an hour. And they were all 10 years ago. I did a practice one last week and I was 1 hour, 1 minute. So hopefully race day I can pull out of the bag. I'll let you know how I get on now. Amarim is in. He confirms that Mason Mount and Matheus Cunha are fit to play Chelsea. That is good news, Manchester United fans. The bad news is that Diogo Dalot is still out. What did we think to that Marcus Rashford brace last night? Man United fans or any others? Dalot out is great news, is it? Malaysia is going to link up with the under-21s for training. Again, some promise there. You'd think. Fernandes hasn't been playing any further forward, has he, while Cunha's been out? I think it's good to have him back. I think of the summer signings, he's been the one that's looked best. Yes, for Villa not to act on that Rashford thing and then to see him scoring for Barcelona. Nketiah and Wharton are back for Crystal Palace. Owen says best of luck. Thank you. Sunderland are great defensively and Villa had a midweek game. Could this be a bad fixture for Villa assets? Maybe. They're not the fixtures. They're just the times of the press conferences in time order. Elliot will score this game week. That's great, but which Elliot are we talking about? So let's just go through these pressers. There's no sign of Arteta yet. We've already heard from Crystal Palace news and Manchester United. Are they the only ones so far? Yes. Amarim seems to have a lot to say today. Sandri looking at a bench boost of Dubravka, Reinders, Konza, Esteve. Yeah. I do keep thinking, do I need to bench boost? It's not that appealing, I'll be honest. Pep on Rodri starting 3 games in a row. We'll see day by day. But what's important is he's played already 2. He didn't feel comfortable in a training session, but he said, no, I'll be fine tomorrow, and he played. With him on the pitch, we feel more comfortable. But of course, he's come from a tough injury, have to be alert, and we will decide on Sunday how he feels. Arsenal have had 2 extra days to prepare for this game. They obviously played on Tuesday. and City didn't play till Thursday. So it does feel like potentially a little bit of a disadvantage for them. But let's see what happens. I mean, I think Arsenal are going to be the favourites, justifiably the favourites going into that fixture. And I understand exactly why they are going to be favourites. I'd like to know, actually, in the chat, what you think in terms of who's going to have the upper hand in that game. It's a massive game. What do you think? Like, can we expect... I mean, I think if you look at the results of those fixtures, it is Arsenal who have had the upper hand recently. Yeah, this is a big one. We've got Garnacho potentially playing against his former club and Mason Mount playing against his former club as well when Manchester United host Chelsea. Mike likes the look of Arsenal. Yeah, I think I've got to agree with you a little bit there. Three thriller with red cards, says Mr. B. Hey Charles says 2-2. Sandry says 1-1 boring game. Twill Media says they'll cancel each other out. I think it's on there. Arsenal, Man City. I think Arsenal are unbeaten in the last 4. 5-1 at home back in February. 2-2 at the Etihad last September a year ago. The March before, a 0-0 at the Etihad. A 1-0 for Arsenal at home in the early part of 2023. Right. So I've heard a bit from... Where is Arteta? So we've heard a bit from Palace, Man City, Man United, but we're still waiting to hear on Arsenal, Fulham, Forest, Spurs and Sunderland. It's quite a lot. Where is everyone? It's 1:37. Let's see what's going on BBC Sport. There's a lot of sport going on today. Similar sort of quotes. We could try the news plays in the Premier League, see if that'll give us anything. Can't even find it now. Nope. Can't seem to find it. Where normally is it? I feel like I'm having a bit of a blank moment today. Surely it's somewhere on the Premier League website. It's normally like they've got like their own like live blog. Match reports, awards from the clubs, transfers. I just can't see it. Who knows? We'll stick with the tweet deck. News from Brentford. This obviously was yesterday that we got that update. Well, it's been quiet so far, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. Yeah, the United press conference is always earlier than it says. It's more the other ones that I'm wondering what's happened to them. Oh, is this it? This is it, yeah. There's nothing new in there, though. That's what I wanted. Club websites. So we wanted Arsenal, Fulham, Forest, Spurs and Sunderland. I don't know why they're not in full colour. Sorry, I'm just going back and forth a little bit, trying to get the news for you guys. Nothing at Arsenal yet. Nothing from Fulham yet. Nothing from Forest either. And nothing from Spurs. Really helpful. Oh dear. It's what it is. But yeah, we are still waiting on these guys, so stay patient and hopefully we'll find them. This is Sunderland news is in. Oh, it's coming in. Oh, Akshat is in and modding. Good to see you, Akshat. Yeah, I think it's just going to take a little bit of time for all of this press conference news to filter through from those ones that we were expecting at 1:30. But we need to just try and stay a little bit patient and hopefully it will come through eventually. Patience is key as FPL managers. But we'll get there. It's all quiet on the tweaked at the moment, frustratingly. But they are meant to be coming. Sorry, my camera's playing up again for another day, just to keep me on my toes a bit as well. You've not missed anything, to be fair, Akshat. I don't understand where Arteta is, though, because he's always on time. He's keeping us on our toes, I think. Remember when Solanke was a Liverpool player? That was a long time ago, that now, isn't it? Was that Salah's first season with Liverpool? Maybe second. It was in the New Balance era. No, they've gone from Nike to Adidas since then. Yeah, don't seem to be in any rush, these press conferences, but there you go. Let's see what's happening in the chat while we wait. Good to see Akshat in now. From Fulham, no fresh news, some knocks, but nothing serious. Nothing to change anything special. Iwobi trained this morning. Let's see his reaction. Kuna's pack fit say that's Chelsea keeping a clean sheet. I love the optimism. Or not. Scott says, let's get the likes to 250. Yeah, you know what you've got to do, guys. How are we doing? We're at 162. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, Grimsby did well the other night. I think we've got to wait another week for the... Well, it feels like it's early in the competition for the 4th round draw, but it is actually like the round of 16. Archer says I've got both Gay and Richards and Livramento. Do I leave out Richards or Livramento? I'd leave out Livramento. Richards is a DEFCON monster, as they put it. Yeah, Grimsby is my home club. I am a Man United fan as well. For my sins. Chelsea haven't won at Old Trafford since May 2013 when United had already won the league. Now that is a stat. Where did you get that from? I love it though. Great stat to pull out of the bag. And Akshat has been a member for 26 months and he says the journey continues. I love that. Thank you for the support. Hey, Charles says, managers waiting cups of tea before beginning. I do. It does feel that way today. It does. Normally you can't keep up at 1:30 and today it's 1:30 and there's nothing happening. Marcelo says, who are the non-Salah owners captaining? And Andrew Barton says, Gakpo. Let me know in the chat if you are a non-Salah owner. Here we go. Thomas Frank in. On Solanke, the positive thing is he's back on the grass and he's been doing so for 3 to 4 days. He's progressing slowly, but he's progressing. Too early for tomorrow and too early for Doncaster. So I think it's Forest and Arsenal we're waiting on. Not that they play each other this week, but where is Arteta is the question. Give everything a bit of a refresh, see what's going on. Keep the questions coming, guys. And John Sky now are fair. We're still waiting for like a proper Saka update, aren't we? No Salah in the top 100k. I went Erling Haaland. Very well done, Amir. It's paid off. Coach Karen, thinking of Haaland captain, hard to get a bet against him in this form. Yeah, I get that. Archer feeling less hot on Chelsea after hearing that stat. Things could change though. I feel like United's situation is as bad as it's been. So still a bit of a tricky one to call, to be honest. Hopefully there's no major news coming out of Arsenal or Spurs, but it's good to have it covered nonetheless. And obviously we're still waiting for these updates from Nottingham Forest as well, which could prove to be crucial. So it'd be good to kind of get to grips with all of that. And see what's going on with it. Yeah, no, sorry guys, the camera is not great, is it? We'll get it sorted, but I feel like it's been like this for a few weeks, hasn't it? Do you need to see me? Apparently Anne just said Murillo's still a doubt. Where is that then? Because I'm not seeing that. If you give me the source for that, that'd be great. Just said live on Sky. Ah, fair enough. I've not actually got the iPad with me today to kind of get across that as well. Oh, Akshat has gifted 5 memberships. I love that, Akshat. Those that have got them this time are Reese, John, KM, JT, and Dwinday. Archie said I ditched Palmer after game week 1. It was probably the right decision. Still no sign of Arteta. I don't know what's happened to him. Still waiting for quotes from the Forest presser in full. Forest's press conferences just don't get the exposure for some reason. Archie says we've got high hopes for Javi Simon. It's Simon, isn't it? And Kudos end product improves. Interesting for next week, 21% are looking to wildcard, 13% looking to triple captain, 10% looking other, so I'm assuming that's free hit. But half of managers not planning on playing a chip next week. I'm very tempted to get Haaland in and triple captain him against Burnley. I think a lot will depend on midweek minutes. So we've got Carabao Cup fixtures next midweek. For Chelsea, Wolves, Everton, Fulham, Brighton, Burnley, Liverpool, Man City, Newcastle, Arsenal, Spurs. Man City away at Huddersfield. We've also got the Europa League kicks off next midweek. For Forest and Aston Villa. So a bit more to contend with. Akshat says, come on guys, let's support Holly's award-winning channel. Hit the like button and the subscribe button as well. Yeah, it really helped, guys. Thank you. Akshat also thinking of triple captain in game week 6. Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. Right, shall we have a look at all the news that we've got so far then? Oh, hang on. We've just got in from Forest. On Murillo, he's still a doubt. He did some individual work today. We'll give him a bit more time. He's still a bit sore. It's just a matter of whether he can cope. So a delayed decision, but he's a doubt. He should definitely be right for Wednesday. There we go then. So if we do a little bit of a roundup. Solanke, 3 to 4 weeks. 3 to 4 days. He's back on the grass. No fresh news from Fulham. Away we trained this morning. Rodri could be available to play 3 games in 6 days. Nketiah and Wharton back tomorrow for Palace. Mount and Cunha back from United. Christie and Diakite back for Bournemouth. Strand Larsen back for Wolves. Isak, minutes is a doubt. Could play Isak and Ekitike together. Curtis Jones is back. Cole is okay, says Ende Maresca. We have a session now. We flew back yesterday. They haven't trained since the Champions League. We need to assess some of the players. There are doubts. No specifics. No update on Cher. Voltemade expected to come back in after Gordon's suspension in the league. No updates from Everton really on Branthwaite and Mikalenko. Hinselwood injured for Brighton. De Kuyper late fitness test. Larson could return for Burnley. Dan James is a doubt for Leeds. Darley will start once again in goal. Wan-Bissaka unavailable for West Ham, but Wilson and Fulkrug are. Ajer is fine for Brentford, as are Henderson, Pinnock and Thiago. I think that is everything. Akshat said, can we make it to... VJ says, can we make it to 200? Surely we can. That's only like 13 to go. That's definitely achievable. Right, I hope you've enjoyed this press conference stream then. I'll be back here same time next week doing it all again. Hope you have a great game week 5. Green Arrows. Could be a big week next week as well. Thank you for watching.